Good morning, beautiful souls. I want to begin today by asking you something simple yet powerful. When was the last time you truly woke up? Not just opened your eyes, but truly woke up with fire in your heart to chase your dreams. There is a world inside each of us, filled with colors, with ideas, with passion, and with dreams so big they scare us. But so often we let fear paint that world gray. We let our circumstances whisper, "You can't." We let the opinions of others shrink us. We stop believing. But here's what I've learned through pain, through struggle, and through standing back up again and again. You are not born to merely survive. You are born to live. You are born to fly. You are not here to sleepwalk through life, hiding your light to make others comfortable. You are here to wake up and chase those dreams that make your soul come alive. Dreams aren't just for the lucky. They are for the brave. They are for the ones who refuse to be defined by their scars. You may have faced heartbreak. You may have lost everything. You may feel broken. But remember, broken crayons still color. It doesn't matter how slow you go, as long as you don't stop. There will be days when doubt will scream louder than hope. That's okay. Feel it. Then take one more step anyway, and then another. And before you know it, you'll be dancing with the dream that once seemed impossible. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to wake up with a heart willing to try. Your dream may not look like someone else's. It doesn't have to. This is your journey. And even if the world doesn't believe in you yet, believe in yourself first. Because dreams don't chase you, you chase them. So wake up, even if your voice trembles, even if your legs shake, even if you feel like the world has forgotten you. Wake up and chase your dreams like your life depends on it, because maybe it does. There is a common misconception that dreams are only for a chosen few, for the privileged, the lucky, or those born into perfect circumstances. We grow up thinking that some people just have it all, while others are destined to remain on the sidelines, quietly watching life pass by. But that is not the truth. The truth is this: dreams do not belong to those with perfect lives. They belong to those with courageous hearts. You do not need a smooth path to have a worthy destination. You need bravery, raw, trembling, imperfect bravery. The bravest people are not the loudest. They are not the ones with perfect resumes or flawless appearances. Often, they are the ones who have been through the storm, who have fallen so many times that the ground knows their name, and yet they rise. Not because they are fearless, but because they choose to move forward even with fear sitting heavily on their shoulders. It is bravery that makes ordinary people chase extraordinary dreams. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's choice, made every single day in silence when no one is watching. We tend to think we need certainty to dream, a clear plan, a timeline, a safety net. But dreams don't ask for certainty. They ask for faith, the kind of faith that exists even when your hands are shaking and your voice breaks. You must be willing to step into the unknown, not because you're guaranteed to win, but because your soul whispers that you're meant to try. That whisper is your compass, and bravery is what allows you to follow it. The moment you choose to honor that voice inside you, you become a dreamer, and more importantly, a doer. Bravery doesn't mean being unafraid of failure. It means failing and choosing to try again, over and over. With a bruised heart, with tired eyes, with tear-streaked cheeks, bravery means showing up anyway. Not for applause, not for approval, but because the dream inside you refuses to die. And sometimes that's what real courage looks like. Not chasing the spotlight, but protecting the fragile ember of your dream when the world says, let it go. There will always be people who tell you to be realistic, to stay safe, to take the familiar path. Not because they want to hurt you, but because your dream terrifies them. Not for what it is, but for what it says about them. People who gave up on their own dreams often fear those who dare to keep dreaming. But that's not your burden to carry. Your bravery isn't a threat, it's a light. And lights were meant to shine even in the darkest places. So when you feel unworthy, when doubt starts to speak louder than hope, remind yourself, dreams don't belong to the perfect. They belong to the brave. Not those who never fall, but those who fall and rise with a fire that says, I will not give up on what I was born to do. Your courage, not your credentials, is what qualifies you to dream. Pain is a language that every human being speaks. It may wear different clothes, heartbreak, betrayal, illness, loss, but at its core, pain is a reminder that we are alive, vulnerable, and deeply human. And yet so many of us carry it like a permanent label, like a name we never chose. We begin to believe that our pain is our identity, that the brokenness we experienced is all we'll ever be. But let me remind you today, you are not what hurt you. You are not what broke you. The world often praises the strong, the unshaken, the ones who move on quickly. But true strength is not in pretending the pain never existed. It is in facing it, feeling it, and still choosing to heal. Your pain may be part of your story, but it is not your whole story. You are more than the chapter where everything fell apart. You are the courage it took to turn the page. Pain may shape you, but it does not get to define you, unless you let it. Too often, we try to hide our wounds because we think they make us less worthy. We are taught to smile through the struggle, to carry ourselves like everything is fine. But healing does not happen in silence. Your scars are not shameful, they are sacred. They tell the world, I have been through fire and I am still here. And being here after everything is not weakness. It is the greatest form of strength. There is power in refusing to let your pain be your prison. There is power in saying, yes, I've been hurt, but I am not staying there. When you carry your pain with purpose, when you transform it into empathy, into art, into wisdom, it no longer controls you. It becomes part of your evolution. What was once the reason you fell becomes the reason someone else stands. Your healing becomes someone else's hope. And here's the truth many forget. The most beautiful souls are not the ones who've never suffered. They are the ones who have bled, cried, and crawled through darkness, and still found the strength to be kind, to love again, to believe again. If you are carrying pain today, let it remind you of this, that your ability to feel deeply is not a flaw, it's your superpower. It means your heart still beats with the fire of someone who's not given up. You are not the worst thing that ever happened to you. You are not your trauma, your loss, your failures. You are what rose from it. You are the survivor, the fighter, the quiet miracle that kept going. And no matter how broken you felt, no matter how invisible the pain has made you, you are still here, and that means you are still becoming. There is a difference between waking up and truly waking up. Most people open their eyes, check their phones, follow a routine, and move through the day like they're sleepwalking, present in body, absent in spirit. But life isn't meant to be a repetition of yesterday. You were not born to just exist. You were born to live with purpose, to rise with meaning, to awaken not just your body, but your soul. Waking up with purpose means choosing to be alive in every moment, not just breathing through it. Purpose doesn't always shout. Sometimes it's a whisper. A subtle pull in your heart when you think about helping someone, creating something, standing for something, or becoming more than what you were yesterday. It's not always about grand gestures or public recognition. No dreamer achieved greatness without once being a beginner. There is beauty in starting small because it teaches you to value growth over speed, presence over performance. You don't need to see the whole path. You just need to take the next brave step. You might feel unprepared. You might feel unworthy. But there is something powerful about starting with what little you have and turning it into something meaningful. It's not about doing everything at once. It's about doing something, one thing, today, and then again tomorrow. That's how change begins. That's how confidence is built, not from waiting, but from walking through your fears and showing yourself what you're made of. So stop waiting for the perfect version of yourself to arrive. That person is being shaped by the journey you're avoiding. Start where you are. Use what you have. Use what you have. Trust that who you are today is enough to begin. Because the most extraordinary stories don't begin with certainty. They begin with a decision. There is a quiet thief that robs us of our joy, our peace, and our sense of self. And that thief is comparison. We live in a world where everyone's highlights are on display. We scroll through curated lives, seeing perfect smiles, flawless routines, and dreams achieved, and we begin to question our own worth. But what we often forget is this: you are comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. And in doing so, you begin to shrink yourself. You begin to forget who you are. Comparison makes you believe that you're not doing enough, not moving fast enough, not good enough. But confidence doesn't come from beating someone else. It comes from embracing your own journey. You don't need to run someone else's race. You are never meant to. Your timing, your growth, your pain, your progress, they all exist on a timeline uniquely designed for you. The more you compare, the more you lose sight of that sacred truth. When you start to measure your worth by someone else's success, you hand your power away. Confidence dies not because you are lacking, but because you stop seeing your own beauty. And the sad part is, the person you are comparing yourself to, they may be doing the same thing. Because we are all, in one way or another, fighting to feel enough. But the only person you are truly meant to compete with is the person you were yesterday. Confidence is quiet. It grows in moments when you show up even when no one's clapping. It grows when you speak your truth, even if it shakes. It grows when you stop trying to fit into someone else's mold and finally own your voice, your story, your rhythm. And that rhythm may be slower, softer, or different, but it is yours, and anything that is truly yours can never be taken away. It's okay to be inspired by others. It's beautiful to admire someone's path, but let that admiration lift you, not crush you. Use it as a mirror, not a measurement. Ask yourself, what about this speaks to me? What does this awaken in me? And then take that feeling and pour it into your own life, your own goals, your own dreams. Because the moment you try to copy someone else's path, you lose the magic that only you can bring. So the next time you feel behind, the next time you doubt yourself because someone else seems further ahead, pause, breathe, come back to your truth. Comparison is a distraction. Confidence is a decision. And that decision is made every time you choose to honor who you are over who you're not. One of the hardest things you will ever do is believe in yourself when no one else does. When the world is silent, when applause is absent, and when even the people closest to you don't quite see the fire you feel inside. That is when your belief in yourself must speak louder than the noise of doubt. Because no dream begins with a crowd. It begins with a whisper, and that whisper must first be heard by you. So many people spend their lives waiting for permission, waiting for someone to say, yes, you're good enough. Yes, your dream matters. Yes, you should go for it. But what if no one says it? What if that affirmation never comes? Will you let your dream die in silence? Or will you become the one who says it to yourself? Who stands in front of the mirror, looks into their own tired eyes and says, I believe in you. I see you. Keep going. Belief is not something you find in others. It's something you build within. And like anything meaningful, it takes time. Some days you'll feel powerful. Other days fragile. But believing in yourself doesn't mean you never doubt. It means you don't let that doubt win. It means you choose to show up, even when you feel unqualified. You trust your inner voice, even when it trembles. Because deep down, you know this. No one can walk your path for you. You must believe it before they do. People may not understand your vision, and they don't have to. It wasn't given to them. It was given to you. Don't expect others to feel what only you are meant to carry. It's not their responsibility to believe in your calling. It's yours. You are the custodian of your dream. And belief is the fuel that keeps it alive through storms, delays, and disappointment. And here's the truth no one tells you. The world begins to believe in you after you do. When you carry yourself with quiet conviction, not arrogance, not desperation, but authentic belief, people feel that energy. They are drawn to it because confidence is contagious, but you must be the first to catch it. You must walk with your head held high, not because everything is perfect, but because you are finally done shrinking to fit in places you've outgrown. You are not waiting to be chosen anymore. You are choosing yourself. You are choosing to back yourself up, even if you're the only one clapping. And that, my friend, is where transformation begins. Not in the world believing in you, but in you believing you are always enough to begin. You may not realize it now, but someone out there needs your story. Not the polished version, not the highlight reel, but the real, raw, and honest journey of how you kept going when everything inside you wanted to stop. So often, we believe that we need to arrive before we can inspire others, that we need the perfect ending before our story is worthy of being told. But that's not true. Your power lies in the process, not just the result. You don't have to wear a crown to lead. You don't have to have a stage to speak. You don't need thousands of followers to make a difference. Sometimes your quiet strength, your decision to rise again after being knocked down, is the very thing someone else needs to witness to find their own courage. Your journey is more than personal, it's purposeful. And the moment you begin to live authentically, you unconsciously give others permission to do the same. People don't connect with perfection. They connect with honesty, with the messy, in progress, still learning, still fighting kind of truth. You might think, who am I to inspire anyone? But maybe the better question is, who am I not to? Because your scars are not signs of weakness. They are evidence that you survived what tried to silence you. And that survival story, shared or lived quietly, becomes a beacon for someone still lost in the dark. Inspiration doesn't always look like a viral quote or a powerful speech. Sometimes it looks like showing up to work with a smile even when your heart is heavy. It looks like pursuing your dream while carrying grief. It looks like being kind in a world that hasn't always been kind to you. You inspire not just by what you've overcome, but by how you carry it, with grace, with grit, and with hope. When you live with authenticity, you break the illusion that strength means being unshakable. You show that strength can be soft, that courage can come wrapped in tears, that rising doesn't always look like victory. Sometimes it looks like getting out of bed. And in doing so, you teach others that it's okay to be real, that they don't have to be perfect to be powerful, that they too can begin right where they are. So don't underestimate your journey. Don't hide your becoming. Every time you choose light over bitterness, truth over silence, love over fear, you are leading, you are inspiring, and you are showing the world that even the most broken roads can lead to something beautiful. Let your life speak, not because it's perfect, but because it's honest. And that honesty is enough to spark 1,000 others into their own awakening. So I ask you today, not tomorrow, not next year, but today, will you wake up? Will you wake up to the power that lives inside you, the voice you've silenced for too long, the dreams you've buried beneath fear and doubt? Will you stop waiting to feel ready and start walking anyway, with trembling hands, with a heart full of hope, with fire in your spirit? Because your dreams are not distant stars. They are seeds waiting for your courage to water them. Your journey is not too late. It is just beginning. And no matter how many times life has knocked you down, your ability to rise is what makes you unstoppable. You don't have to be fearless. You just have to be willing to wake up, willing to believe again, willing to take the next step, no matter how small. This is your moment. This is your life. And it's time to stop sleeping through it. Wake up and chase your dreams like your soul depends on it. because it does.